everyone, I've got a Best Bits tutorial for you today. In this clip taken from my video on the Bagstock Sunshine Crossbody, I am going to be showing you how to taper your lining when your lining piece is cut from the same piece as your exterior or is the same finished size as your exterior. And I am also going to be talking about how to adjust the depth of your boxed corners so that your lining boxed corners will nest neatly within your exterior boxed corners. I will have a link to the full tutorial that this clip was taken from in the description below. In order to get the lining to sit nicely inside of our exterior, we're going to have to taper our seam allowance. The lining piece for this particular pattern is the same size as the finished exterior piece. So if you were to put it directly inside using the same seam allowance the whole way around, it would be baggy inside of your finished bag. The instructions say to taper your seam allowance, so that is what we're going to do. I like to make sure that my lining piece is smaller than my exterior in all the dimensions of the bag. So because this bag has height, width, and depth, we need to adjust for the lining in those 3 dimensions. The way that we're going to do that is by starting at 3/8 of an inch at the top here and taper in to 5/8 of an inch at the bottom, the same on the other side, and that will reduce the width of our lining piece. To reduce the height of our lining piece, we will take a seam allowance of 5/8 of an inch along the bottom, and to reduce the depth, rather than box our corner using the same seam allowance at the side, we're going to use a smaller seam allowance. That may seem counterintuitive because generally a bigger seam allowance means you have a smaller bag, but when you are taking the depth, you are actually increasing your depth if you take a greater seam allowance. So on this corner, for example, the depth is created by sewing the seam here. This is the boxed corner. When I have sewn this seam, I have created a depth of 2.5 inches. If I sew with a greater seam allowance, the depth, even though it's only 1/8 of an inch, is actually 2 3/4 of an inch. So in order to have the boxed corner sit neatly inside of our exterior boxed corner, we need to make it smaller. I tend to like to have mine about 1/4 of an inch smaller. So in order to achieve that, rather than box this bottom corner with a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, we are only going to use 1/2 an inch for the seam allowance. And that will create a box that is smaller than the box on the outside. When you're determining the box size on your bag, the finished depth is going to be determined by the size of the box that you cut and your seam allowance. Generally, when you box a corner, you're going to use the same seam allowance for your side and bottom seams as you'll use for your boxed corner seams. So essentially, the depth of your bag will be determined by the size of your box cutout, and then you double it to get the finished size. So, for example, a 2-inch cutout is going to result in a 4-inch depth. If you have a larger seam allowance that creates a smaller box, but then you use a larger seam allowance to box your corner, you're going to end up with the same result. So if you have a 2-inch cutout and then you use a 1/2 inch seam allowance for your side seam, and then a 1/2 inch seam allowance to box your corner, you are going to end up with the same depth as you would if you had a 2-inch cutout and you used a 3/8 of an inch seam. So in order to make the depth actually less, you have to box your corner with a smaller seam allowance. So if you did your side seams with 1/2 an inch and then you boxed your corner with 3/8 of an inch, rather than ending up with a 4-inch depth, you would have a depth of 3 3/4 of an inch. So all of that to say, we are going to box our corner with 1/2 an inch, even though we have graduated to a side seam allowance of 5/8, and we've used 5/8 on the bottom. We're only going to use 1/2 an inch to box our corner so that it will nest nicely inside of our exterior. I am going to draw those seam allowances in, and I'm going to make sure that the first section is straight, not angled. The reason being that we have already squared up this side here for when we box our bottom. We're going to be turning the bag out through our pocket, so you don't need to leave an opening in the bottom of your bag, but if you prefer to turn your bag through your lining, then you can certainly go ahead and do that. Then I'm just going to graduate my seam allowance up to 3/8 of an inch at the top. And I have a section of about 1 1/4 inches at the bottom where it is still straight. When I'm sewing around my bag, I like to use a thread color that matches the exterior of my bag. So if there's any stress at the side seam, the stitches will be fairly well camouflaged in my exterior. So we're going to sew around the entire outside. The bottom is already sewn, so we're going to sew down here, 3/8 of an inch, back stitch at the join to reinforce that seam, sew along here, back stitch again, sew straight along the bottom, back stitching up here, reinforce, and then along this side. Use a hump jumper if you need to as you come up to the bulk. Pivot at the top there, come down. When you get close to the ends of your zipper, you may need to reposition your needle or even switch over to a zipper foot to get past the bulk. And now we're going to box our corners. When you fold open your side seam, the bottom should be nice and straight and lining up with your side seam. You can fold your side seam open or you can turn it to one side, and you want to match up the center seam on the side with the center of your bottom seam. I like to place clips at the angled side to help it sit nice and flat. You can use the staples again to position it if you like. And when we box the exterior corners, we are going to be boxing those at 3/8 of an inch. And when we box the linings, we're going to be boxing those at 1/2 an inch. When you're boxing up the corners, you will be sewing in a straight line parallel to the edge, which is sitting nice and flat. Back stitch at the beginning and at the end. Try to keep your seam allowance folded either to one side or butterflied open. Sewing straight down. You should not need to pivot at all when you are sewing this corner. You can sew a second line of stitches if you like to make sure that it's nice and straight, and then repeat for the other exterior corner and your 2 lining corners. When you sew the lining corner, remembering that you are using a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And then you can just check the depth of your lining by measuring that seam line. Make sure that it is smaller, and then you know that that lining will sit nicely inside. The link to the full tutorial for this pattern can be found in the description below. Hope that helps. Thanks, everyone.